And we have February 26th today of 2018. I'm on the Madeline Island shoreline up in Bayfield, Wisconsin. And I am going to fly down the ice highway. And what that is that's a road that is plowed on Lake Superior after it freezes over. Once it gets cold enough and the ice is good enough there, they start plowing this. And so you can actually drive back and forth from Bayfield to Madeline Island. And by now our temperature is up to about 43 degrees outside. And the winds, there's not a constant wind, but every once in a while a wind will come up. We can see some cars heading out to the island right here. And the speed limit on the ice is 15 miles an hour. I've come up here before. This is probably about my third time when I've been able to drive on the ice. I came up, I believe it was last year, and there was no ice at all. So right from the shoreline of Bayfield to Madeline Island, it was all open water. But this year has been a good year for making ice in the lakes. So as you can see, they do have the highway plowed, and this becomes a state highway during the wintertime. And there is actually quite a few cars that travel this ice highway. When there is no ice here, they take a ferry back and forth. There's a ferry shuttle that runs back and forth between the island and Bayfield. But it's a beautiful sunny day. By this time I don't need any gloves on my hands. The sun is really warm. In fact, when I got home, my ears and face were kind of burning a little bit. I think probably from the reflection of the sun off the snow. You definitely want to wear sunglasses, that's for sure. But I'm surprised the ice was actually pretty smooth compared to the other times that I've been up here. And I believe this is about, the ice highway is about 2 miles long. And of course, right when you get on either side, there's a sign that says, travel at your own risk. So this is kind of a video for those people that are afraid to drive on the ice. We'll fly across the ice instead. And now we're coming to the shores of Bayfield. And it looks like someone was playing around on the ice down there. Yeah, we'll just turn around. And you can see the two ferries right below as I'm spinning around. Actually, it looked like there was 3 of them. But it went so fast, I guess I really couldn't say for sure. I know there's 2. And now we'll start heading back. And we are heading back towards Madeline Island. And you can see the Christmas trees out there on the right hand side, and those are supposed to mark the path. Looks like the road's a little off to the side from the Christmas trees. Yeah, to the left there, it almost looks like there was another plowed road there. Maybe the ice had a bad spot or something and they had to change it. On the right-hand side of the road there, you can see where the sun is reflecting. That is actually snow that is starting to melt. It's starting to puddle up along the side. But the ice is plenty thick. This time here that I drove across, I was actually not nervous at all. It was just kind of a nice drive across. And I'm starting to run into some wind here. And so I have to make a little course correction. And as you can kind of see, I'm almost crabbing the thing a little bit as I'm flying. This is really actually a very beautiful area. Driving up here, when I left in the morning, there was frost on the trees. And then it had snowed a couple days, so there was still a lot of heavy snow on the pine trees. It was just beautiful. I'll tell you what, if you have a day off or something and you want to do a little driving around, this is a beautiful area to come to. I know it's probably a quieter time for the local residents there. There isn't nearly the tourism in the wintertime. But there is still a lot of snowmobiling. People come and ice fish. Yeah, that area that's plowed right next to the highway, the ice highway there, I don't know, it looks like it curves around a little bit. I don't know if that's one of the original ones they did or if somebody just plowed that, or I guess I don't know. But it looks like they plowed around some spots there. You see the dark spot in the ice. And you can see all kinds of snowmobile tracks out there. People taking their snowmobiles out, and they'll take them out to ice fishing shack or to different spots on the ice. Do a little ice fishing. And now evidently the wind that was blowing when I was out towards the middle there is completely gone. I don't notice any wind effect as I'm flying. And we'll start coming down. I was flying at about 160 feet up in the air. And that is the entrance to Madeline Island right there coming up. And around here you got to watch out, the trees are pretty tall. So as you're flying around you just got to keep that in mind. And I thought I'd come and take a look at this ice rescue boat. So that's what they look like. Got a big fan on the back. So if someone was to go through the ice, they could take this boat right out and help the guy out. Not a job I would want, but fortunately there's people that do. So that's what a nice rescue boat looks like. And I got quite a bit of battery left, so I'll just pop up in the sky here a little bit and take a look around. And that's the road going up to the island there. Actually, as I was going up the road there, I could feel my tires start to spin, but didn't have any trouble getting up. Made it to the top without a problem. And you can see those are some pretty tall trees. I did a little driving around on the island there, and the wind was starting to pick up, so some of the snow that was in the trees was falling. During the summertime, there's two ways to get to the island, and one is with the ferry, or you can take a boat. But that's about it. be a long swim, I guess. 2 miles would be a long swim. Now I'm watching these cars going up there. I could hear, as the drone was in the air, I could hear tires spinning on the cars, but they all seem to make it up. I imagine everybody's got four-wheel drive on the island. But on the island, there's a marina, and there's all kinds of businesses on there. Not a lot of them, but a few anyway. And what a beautiful sight. Like I say, if you have a chance to get out here and look around, it is well worth your time. And so there we have it, the ice highway between Bayfield and Madeline Island.